So glad you're with us here at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampour, and let's get you ready for today. Meteorologist Evan Arani joining us here to talk about this cooler weather.
Yeah, a little bit cooler that we had as our temperatures came about yesterday. We're going to get slightly warmer this afternoon.
Okay.
But the big change on hand is that we are ushering in some wet weather. Yesterday was a cloudy day. We didn't have all that much activity in terms of precipitation. And while today is expected to stay on the lighter side and we should get some afternoon sunshine in the mix, take a look at what we're already seeing out there across Southern California. Santa Barbara, moving through LA, seeing plenty of that green there on the screen. If we zoom into San Diego County, there's not much activity for us, but we are expecting over the next several hours just a few sprinkles right up around North County. That's all in anticipation for more moderate activity expected for Thursday and Friday mornings. We'll talk more about what to expect in that time frame coming up in just a bit.
Thank you so much. And now this morning, our top story here, President Trump's immigration crackdown having a wide-ranging impact. CBS News is reporting Immigration and Customs Enforcement is releasing migrant detainees because their detention system is now over capacity.
There are also concerns about how ICE arrests will affect the local workforce and economy. We have team coverage along the border. CBS 8's Chris Grow live in San Ysidro, but we begin with CBS 8's Regina Yarita near a detention center in Otay Mesa. Regina?
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Netta, and that's right. We're standing right in front of one of the detention centers here in Otay Mesa. We can't confirm if migrants have been released from this facility. What we do know is that CBS News is reporting that detainees have been released in certain jails and prisons. Now, we have seen a spike in arrests under the rule of President Donald Trump. And what we've learned so far is that on Tuesday morning, space inside detention facilities was at 109% capacity, with the agency holding close to 42,000 migrants. According to the Internal Department of Homeland Security data, the number of beds available is less than 39,000 in its network of prisons and county jails. More than half of the people in ICE custody were initially arrested along the southern border. Now, on Monday, ICE released roughly 160 migrants. However, those being released are being tracked with ankle monitors. In a statement to CBS News, ICE acknowledged that its enhanced operations have yielded a significant number of arrests that require greater detention capacity. They add that they are exploring every solution, including working with U.S. Customs and Border Protection, state and local law enforcement partners, and they're asking Congress for increased funding. ICE also argued that some immigration laws require it to release certain migrants, noting again that those released remain under the agency's supervision. Now, ICE is planning to dramatically expand its detention capacity. So back out here recently in a government memo last month, it indicated that ICE is eyeing about 14 additional detention facilities that could hold about 1,000 available beds that for those being arrested under ICE custody. But that is the latest in Otay Mesa. I'll send it back to you.
Regina, thank you. This morning, new images show migrant detainees taken to Guantanamo Bay. The U.S. naval base has processed migrants found at sea in the past, but this is the first time they've been brought from the U.S. Meantime, Homeland Security says in the first 2 weeks of the Trump administration, more than 8,700 migrants were arrested and nearly 6,000 were deported. The department says they face charges like murder, human trafficking, and drug offenses.
Also new this morning, Mexican National Guard troops are now deployed along northern border towns. You see in this new video there, Mexico stationing 10,000 troops at the U.S. border aimed at curbing drug and migrant flows. Televisa reports they are also in Tijuana. This move comes after Mexico and the U.S. reached a deal to pause President Trump's 25% tariff threat for 1 month. Mexico's president says the agreement includes U.S. pledges to combat weapons trafficking into Mexico.
And there are concerns about how ICE arrests and deportations will impact the local workforce and economy.
CBS 8's Chris Grow joining us live in San Ysidro with that part of our coverage this morning. Chris, what's happening there?
Yeah, good morning. And we took those concerns, those questions directly to the San Diego Chamber of Commerce. And here's what they had to say about the potential impact during this immigration crackdown.
So you name it, you bring an industry in, there's a direct economic impact because of the threats to the immigrant population.
Yeah, so there's a couple things here. So let's start with what we've seen here with our own eyes. We sent a crew down to the border to speak to some of the businesses who have told us that they have seen a decrease in sales since we have seen the Trump administration take over, since mass deportations have begun. Now, they seem to put their finger on the fact that they believe that some of their customer base has either been deported or is scared to go out into public because of the threat of deportation. Then we went to Chula Vista. We went to the South Bay, where we did speak with a restaurant there. We spoke to one of the employees who says that, yes, they have seen similar drop in business as well, too. They believe it's because of the fact that the workforce has been impacted as well, too, on top of the fact that customers are also less likely to go out now if their immigration or citizenship status is in question. Take a listen to what they had to tell us.
Me and my coworkers were just standing around looking at each other like, where's the people, you know? I mean, I'm guessing a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are offended, to be honest, just like me, and a lot of my family members who are feeling a lot of just like hate, you know, with everything that's going on and against the immigrants.
Now, according to the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce, they say that of San Diego's workforce, immigrants make up 33% of that entire population. Eric and Netta.
All right, Chris, thank you very much for that. And now this morning, Hamas leaders are rejecting President Trump's suggestion that the U.S. take ownership of Gaza and develop it into a, quote, Riviera of the Middle East. He also suggested displaced Palestinians would be permanently resettled in neighboring countries such as Egypt or Jordan. The stunning statement came during a press conference following President Trump's meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who said the idea should be considered.
He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism, so many attacks against us, so many trials and so many tribulations.
President Trump also says he would not rule out sending U.S. troops to support rebuilding Gaza. Some experts say the proposal is unrealistic.
Plan that has any connection to reality in today's Middle East.
Now, leaders of several of the most powerful Arab nations have previously said they strongly oppose any suggestion that residents of Gaza be resettled in other nations.
And new this morning, the Poway City Council has voted to censure fellow council member Tony Blaine over claims he has attempted to bribe and threaten other council members and misused law enforcement resources against the public. This is the first censure of a council member in Poway's 45-year history. Emails from Blaine were included in the latest meeting agenda. In some, he attempts to engage in vote trading and bribery with council member Peter DeHoff and then council applicant Christopher Pikus. He's also accused of trying to use San Diego Sheriff's Department resources to silence his critics.
Mr. Blaine, it is remarkable that you campaigned promising transparency and honesty and ending backroom deals and pay-to-play politics, saying you're going to clean up the city. But you have done nothing but soil it.
A censure does not fire or remove an elected official. It's an official way to say certain actions must stop. Poway's city attorney said criminal charges may be in store for Blaine.
And now it's 6:09, and we do see some clouds out there. But yesterday, the sun came out.
Yes.
I was like texting you guys, it's 2 o'clock.
We gotta be patient.
Exactly. We waited a little bit longer yesterday. Yesterday was expected to still kind of be a more mild day, a partly cloudy day. And today is following suit in a very similar manner, where we expect some afternoon sunshine, but a real emphasis on the afternoon. When we usually say afternoon sunshine, it starts up a little earlier, around 10, 11 a.m., and then continues into the afternoon. Yesterday was a great example of where that cloud cover didn't start to break apart until 1, 2 p.m. We have a few showers that are popping up right around North County, San Juan Capistrano, Oceanside area. But besides that, south of Oceanside, we've just got that cloud cover. No showers taking place as we speak. As the afternoon comes about, we might be coming in with 1/10 of an inch in Oceanside. That's what one model says. Again, I'd err on a lighter estimate, closer to a few hundredths of an inch for everywhere highlighted in that green tone that's closer toward the mountains. If we push, though, from today into tomorrow, that's when we start to really pick up on those stronger likelihoods of a tenth of an inch. Escondido, Poway, Ramona, all around a tenth of an inch by about tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. And this is cumulative, so if we add on this in addition to what we could see on Friday morning, could take us to 2/10 of an inch for Ramona, Poway, Del Mar, 3/10 for Carlsbad, and 4/10 for Oceanside. Unsurprisingly, the heavier accumulations are going to be up around North County. Here's a look outside right now. Cloudy skies. You see a little bit of that sunrise view, though, from the distance. Temperatures right now are mostly in the low to mid 50s, 55 in downtown San Diego. A lot of our inland valleys in the upper 40s right now, and winds are relatively light. But if you get off toward the mountains and deserts, it's a little bit more breezy. Borrego Springs between now and 8, 10 a.m. could be in the about 15 to 25 mile per hour range, staying in the teens for most of the afternoon, so not a lot of trouble as far as your wind gusts go, but a bit of a breeze for those mountains and deserts. And then we'll see that activity pick up in terms of our rain for tomorrow morning and for Friday morning. Again, not all that impactful, but just something to watch out for. Traffic's very, very light. As we start off the morning, you see no crashes or collisions. Zooming in on the Coronado Bridge, that is backed up quite a bit. You got some stop and go traffic all the way across the bridge into Coronado. Let's look at your border wait times as well this morning, where right now it is a 50-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Shouldn't be too bad there. Less than an hour it'll take you. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to get you across in about 30 minutes, a little bit faster.